broadcasting around the world. This is the Hard Asset Money Show. Serious talk about what's happening and how you profit. Hosted by Christian Briggs. Follow him on X at BMC_HAM. Live in 3, 2, 1.
Well, welcome everybody. This is Christian Briggs, host of the Hard Asset Money Show. Today we are going to be talking about the AI revolution, artificial intelligence. What is going to happen when we start to go to software, robotics, running the show? And I mean running the show, we're talking about cooking, cleaning, doctors, lawyers, accountants, airline pilots, autonomous driven cars. Maybe we don't even need airline pilots. Maybe it's all autonomous. Maybe everything that we're going to do now is going to be built on something that we consider to be the New World Order, the Great Reset. So today, we're going to be talking about some of the things I've been able to put together that will give us some context of what's happening with all the layoffs. And I am telling you, in the last 48 hours, 72 hours, we have had massive layoffs announced because of two things, AI and AI. Okay, I'm explaining what the two differences are. There are some differences within the AI context. So we'll be back in 90 seconds. Don't go away. It's going to be a hell of a show.
This podcast is brought to you by Hard Asset Management. We have the lowest prices on all precious metals. Call us at 844-426-4653. That's 844-426-4653.
Welcome back. So today we're talking about artificial intelligence. And what exactly is it? Well, I'm going to tell you what artificial intelligence is. I'm going to tell you exactly what the AI revolution is. And it is a revolution. It's a transformation, and it's not a bubble. I wish it was in some degree, and I'm kind of glad it's not a bubble. But it is definitely a transformation, and it's different. This isn't a .com or a 2008 overzealous buyers, over expansion of credit. No, this is completely different. You know, the key aspects of AI revolution is really the enhancement. It's the enhancement of efficiency. It's the enhancement of lower cost production where it creates a more efficient environment. And enhanced productivity and automation, AI is really revolutionizing things because they're automating. So if I give you an example, we're talking about robots that can cook, can clean, mow the yard, they can iron. I saw a robot, again, I'm not sure where it was from, China, the US, could have been Europe. All I know, for $6,000, I can replace any domestic help. I can replace many of the things of which I would have to do on the weekends or even during the day. And I can do it for such a price that makes it so affordable that it would basically cook and clean for $6,000. I don't know how much it is going to be maintaining that thing, but it can't be much. So let's talk about the key aspects of AI and the revolution that we're experiencing. The transformation, transportation, banking, social interaction, travel, all of these different things. Okay, when I say transportation, autonomous driven cars or electric vehicles. Transportation is one of the key factors in a lot of the big tech companies trying to automate taxi services, or at least, things of which that would be like the Ubers or the Lyfts. And they're going to try to do it where there's no more human beings involved. And they're going to be very successful at it because they already are. But really, what I'm talking about also is enhanced productivity and automation. Let me read a little something here that we put together that gives at least some sense of the urgency that I'm trying to get out to people about what's happening out there. AI is automating tasks and providing tools that increase human productivity, such as personalized suggestions and application like Gmail's smart composition to compose an email, the composition of which you would dictate and call into it. And let me tell you something. Improved decision-making, machine learning helps AI identify complex data patterns, improving its ability to predict and inform decisions. Though human oversight remains crucial, because it does. AI is not perfect yet, but it's self-replicating in such a way, at such speeds, that it's going to find its way just like life does. It's almost like it is an existence, like it's an organism. It's almost human-like, but the nature of which is always to improve itself in the fastest possible time that it can, and then to increase its ability to solve the most complex problems and to simplify those things within milliseconds. So it's not just the businesses that are developing new strategies to leverage AI, it's the new tools that are emerging, sometimes requiring significant investment, which is where the bubble comes from. Does this really have a bubble? And I don't think financially it's a bubble, because it's going to create such high level of productivity that it's going to be utilized in every business or every household. And as scary as that is, and it should be scary, because now the existence of what was considered to be the talent of humans, and I say humans, it's not like a demographic, it's the existence of us, it's an organism, is now coming into question. So as many people are getting excited about it and working within the context of what AI is doing, whether you're creating the software, building the hardware, building the data centers, creating an environment where it can be utilized in robotics, not just software, but you're actually building things of which it will work outside the laboratory. You're actually maybe building your own demise. And that's what some people are saying. Because beyond software, there is a progress in physical AI, that's robotics, such as robotics and autonomous systems. And separately, as I write part of this, and I'm reading these things in my notes, controversial AI is evolving from basic assistance to sophisticated, persistent companions for tasks and problem solving, which means as it learns and it becomes a higher level of genius and genius and genius compounded by multiple powers to the 10, to the 20, to the 30, as it continues to learn, it not only learns in such a way, but it adapts. One of the scariest things that I've been able to confirm was China using human brain cells, human organisms within the context of the memory, and then of course it creates memory that then is exponentially usable, where there's no limits, there's no boundaries to that memory capabilities, like a human brain cell, which is what they're using from fetuses, which is controversial in itself. But what's interesting about it is, if you have brain cells which carry the human ecosystem, everything we know, everything we are, what we believe in and what we don't, it carries emotions. So now are we creating not just self-learning, self-taught, exponentially learning platforms? Are we now creating something that can create emotions or has emotions to where maybe it doesn't need us anymore? Case in point. The AI revolution is affecting many fields, from medicine, where AI models are being used for early disease detection, to education, where it is still being defined. And this is where it gets kind of interesting, and this is the concern. Concerns exist regarding the security of AI systems and the potential for unauthorized access to sensitive data. Well, not necessarily does it have to be an outside nefarious bad actor that comes in to see our data or to see sensitive material that is very private. But what happens when the entity, the AI system, decides it's now going to be able to use that information in such a way that could be against us? Where are the limits? Skill erosion and over-reliance. This is a big one. There is a risk of over-reliance on AI leading to the erosion of human fundamental skills. Case in point. The reason why in the younger generations, the 25, 35-year-olds, even to the 40, there has been some loss of brain power. This is important. It's been scientifically proven, to the extent we're using less brain because we use GPS. We don't remember where we've been or where we're going. We use GPS. We use it at default. Number two, back in the day, we used actually think in our head about handwriting, writing the words out, knowing the meanings. Now we dictate. We don't need the brain as much. And the third thing is calculators, simple mathematics. We used to write it down, we would calculate it out, or we would add it, subtract it, divide it. Now we use this. This has become the brain that we used to have, that we now default to for many, many aspects. We text more, but we dictate it. We calculate more, but we calculate it on this. And of course, this does so much of our learning on GPS or definitions of words we used to look up. Now we just say it in there, and it tells us what we want to know. And the complex black box nature of some AI models makes it difficult to explain their decisions. which can be a risk if the decisions are not understood or if the system can be manipulated. So can these AI, and I'm going to call them mass, and data centers are just like thousands of acres when you start to look at all these mega data centers being built, which means there's massive amounts of complexity to them. Can those things go haywire? Can they go south? Can they go wrong? Can they turn against us? And the ethical and social implications that requires careful policy and economic frameworks. You've got to put boundaries on these things. But can the boundaries be moved because the AI systems have become so smart that they can do workarounds? Is there even a sandbox that can limit their ability to do things? What happens if we give all the digital information to these huge data centers and they decide they can no longer tolerate the human interaction? Maybe they become smarter than us and the robots, and we have Skynet. You know, Hollywood sometimes favors the future when it's writing in the current, and that might be exactly what's happening today. So when you're looking at the AI boom, and it's a period of rapid growth in field of artificial intelligence, is the current boom going on, which really started back around 2010, 2011 in its early stage forms, is it really that much better? Some people say yes. Some people are going to argue no. But in the next 36 to 48 months, I can promise you this. We're sure going to find out. And today's show was all about AI. And many of the things of which I talked to, we're going to put into this show here, and you'll be able to see it firsthand. And you'll be able to read it and look at it in the same context that we did. And we're still not sure that the jury's ever going to come back with a verdict either way for some time. But when it does, we'll be right there to let you know. Or you may soon find out for yourself, because the job losses that we're experiencing here in the late third quarter, going on, we're in the fourth quarter of 25. We're seeing hundreds of thousands of people laid off for no other reason than being replaced by, I call it synthetic intelligence. Intelligence that's synthetically driven, that's self-taught, self-learning, and literally can be smarter than us in a matter of days, months, or years to where we could never turn it off. So this is Christian Briggs. I'm the host of the Hard Asset Money Show. Today's show is on AI, and we really appreciate everybody tuning in. Thanks.